We are from Group A. Our participants will be Khalid Jihad, Daniel Hakim, Raed Ali, and me, Rocio Ortiz. The conversation will take around 4 rounds, and everyone has 4 minutes to give some comments and answers. We are going to talk about benefits of practicing Amal on free COVID vaccine from government. As we know, Hikmah is a wisdom. It is a wisdom given by Allah, and Allah gives it to someone He wants. To have a wisdom from Allah is a privilege. The main thing is that Hikmah has to be at the right time. That is part of the wisdom, and it has to be according to Sunnah and Quran. In another hand, Amal is doing something good in benefit of others, but without hoping anything in return from the person who received it, but only from Allah. Nowadays, Muslim believers also are part of the new pandemic time and preventions, as in the case of free vaccine, but without leaving the precepts of the Islam, considering the practice of Amal. I would like to anyone to intervene because it is a conversation between friends and each one can contribute whatever seems most convenient. Let's start with the meaning of Allah and the Quran, what the Quran says about it. The first call we are going to make is the definition of Hikmah and Amal, what the verses in the Quran say. What is Amal for you? We can start with Brother Khalid.
So the Hikmah, it is very critical thing or something that we need to acquire and we need to work hard for. Some people nowadays actually with a very difficult situation, they do have the hikmah on how to respond or how to reply or how to act. So basically, when we look about the hikmah, it's a very in Islamic way that it inspires us, it motivates us to be good in whatever we do. So basically, like the hikmah is to understand and have a very good concept and analyzation on what we see around us, how we look to things around us. So the hikmah, those who can't see the goodness in anything they look or anything they go through. So, and they have one saying that is very important. It is said by Ibn al-Qayyim. He said that the hikmah, he described it in a very profound sentence. He said the hikmah is to be able to make best decisions at the right time and the right place. So, and I think nowadays with the very critical situation that we are facing, it is very important to us to know how to make the right decisions, even though there is no any great things that around us that support us to make this great decisions that can help the nations and help all people around us. I think this is what I can say. And when we go deep in the hikmah, we can see that in the Islam, it is basically help us to find the benefits for us in any situations, regardless of whether we see it or we don't see it. So yeah, So I think the hikmah is very important for all of us, and we need to really work hard to have these great features.
It is, Brother Daniel, can you tell us about hikmah?
So my own reading and also my own view regarding the meaning of Amal in this context of the COVID outbreak. Now, currently, Amal can be interpreted more as a mean of responsibility, which shoulders by everyone regardless of their position and rank, although the degree of responsibility differs by who is the one who holds the authority to construct the power. So basically, responsibility is actually must be held together by everyone. No one escapes from this duty, especially in upholding the goal of the vaccination program in order to achieve the ultimate goal of achieving the herd immunity, in order to reduce the likelihood of the future infection episodes and also any incidents of reinfection cases, and also to promote the protection towards the individuals with low immunity, such as the newborns, the infants, the elderly, and also anyone with immunity disorder or diseases. As we know, there are many problems presented among us that can interfere with the success of vaccination. So basically, not only government and also the authority are the ones who did do the job, but also us as maybe some of us as a member of health institute, anyone who are well educated in the medical fields, and also family members must also take part in spreading the awareness to promote this vaccination campaign.
Yes, I want to add ayat from Quran about hikmah, actually. Okay, Allah said in Quran, يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤتى الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا. He gives wisdom to whom he wills, and whoever has been given wisdom has certainly been given much good. So as we see, wisdom has a great place in religion of Allah and in words and deeds. That's what I want to add about it. If we want to talk about Amal, or can I talk about Amal? Or?
Yeah, we are
okay,
in Amal, of course, but our base is hikmah. Yes, brother, okay. You can.
Okay. Amal is an emotional feelings, makes us wait a positive result from the actions that we face in our daily life. And as much as we have Amal in our life, that makes us keep going in life and getting a better life. So Allah said in Quran, لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا. And he said, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. For indeed, with a hardship will be easy. Indeed, with hardship will be easy. Depending to the Arabic language, the hardship in the both verses is the same, but the word easiness in the first verse is different than the second verse. And that's mean for each hardness, there is two easiness, and that shows us the Amal in the Quran.
Yes, I think just to clarify the points, I believe that the Amal and the Hikmah, they are going in the same path, because it is not possible for someone who want to have Hikmah, he doesn't have the willing, or he doesn't want to put a lot of word, which is Amal. because they are going in the same path. What I mean now related to the COVID-19, a lot of situations, difficult situations that we are facing or the government are handling. So the hikmah in trying to hold down, even though a lot of people are not satisfied with the decisions, with the work, with the efforts that have been done. So I think the hikmah that it can push us to be in the track. It helps us to not be distracted and to be affected by what other people saying about our effort. So the amal, I think any one of us need to have the amal, as Allah said in the Quran, قُلْ اعْمَلُوا وَسَيَرَ اللَّهُ عَمَلَكُمْ. Indeed, you need to work, and Allah will see and will determine your effort. So I think, we need to put a lot of amal, a lot of work, and try to utilize the hikmah behind just getting for the sake of Allah and trying to please Allah in whatever we do.
Vaccination effort in Islam is an initiative that suits the principle of Sharia law, which helps to maintain and enhance the benefits towards society, such as preserving public health, maintaining the economy, etc. The question is, taking in account the meaning of Amal, do you think economic issue is not an interest for getting something after vaccination? The interest is not against the essence of Amal? Brother Daniel,
Okay.
can you tell us?
Economy is strict as the goal of the vaccination is definitely true, because how much since the early phase of COVID in our country, Malaysia, since the past November 2019, economy has been greatly affected badly in terms of employment, the market stock, and profit values, the family sustenance, and the social economic aspects such as the health and healthcare and public safety. So, is the interest of this economy it contradict the essence of Amal? Is definitely we have to reflect, and we have to analyze on how do we seek the economy. Is it for the glorious purpose or for the sake of our country and also its people, or it is something that we seek just only for profit? So basically, if we chase the economy, for this glorious purpose for the sake of our people, is definitely suits the principle of Maqasid Sharia, which one of them is to protect the interests of people and also protect the economy. So regarding the profit, there are also the good side and also the bad side of it, because although business usually we aim to have a profit, but the further purpose we have to look at, is it something that we seek something as a mean of profit and also benefit of others, or simply as mean of seeking profit alone. So for example, the big pharmaceutical company also they also handles the research and development of vaccines. Basically, they are the one who sits on the producer chain, which they are producing, and also other countries procure the vaccine from them. So we have to look at it. Is these companies seek the profit alone without considering their adherence to the SOP in the manufacturing, also in the development, and the moral, and also abandoning the moral codes of ethics, especially regarding the human safety in the non-clinical and also clinical trials before properly developing a vaccine that is safe, effective, and also quality to the public. So basically, if the economy is served for the good purpose, is definitely it's good. But is for selfish purpose, it's definitely bad. Okay, that's all.
The vaccine is a business at the same time. How can we consider this?
Sorry?
It's not vaccines. Now some theories, they are doing the vaccines, but in the sense of selling. This is a kind of business also.
Yeah.
This one
everything
is
everything is done based on business. But we have to reflect on the purpose, whether it is for the good or for the bad, which I have explained earlier. If the vaccine is used for the sake of its people and also for the sake of country, it is considered as glorious. But if used for just only to seek profit alone, selfishly, so basically it's like that you develop a vaccine, but it is really not quality and not safe, but instead it becomes dangerous to the people. So basically it's considered as evil.
When we analyze the case in both sides, we can see in one country they have benefited, because as we know in life there is a lot of opportunities, and if you can't get, or if you can't take the advantage of the opportunities, you might lose a lot of things. But some countries, as we can see, some countries they gather both. They gather the benefit of the business or the benefit of the economy, as well the benefit of the public. So the best thing, as we can see, that in this case we need to use the hikmah, as we said before. So the hikmah from this is to make up the mind, or to make up the decisions, and try to provide the vaccinations that can contribute to a lot of people's health, and at the same time try to take the advantage, which is increase your economy and try to distribute all the vaccinations around the world. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see a lot of countries that have been doing a lot of great things, and they have been doing a lot of efforts and amal in this matter, which is, I think, it will be listed in the history and for the world history as well.
Yeah, there is one thing when you say it is for both, no, the economy or the interest is in both sides, and it makes like a halal. But there are some countries already they are doing something, taking advantage the vaccine to become allied with other countries. Among countries, they are separating among groups, and they benefit from some vaccines only for certain groups. For example, some countries, they don't accept some vaccines from, I don't want to say the name, but they only allow just some vaccines, named vaccines. They don't allow all vaccines in their countries.
Yeah,
and,
so
but arrive to the people, this becomes the vaccine still is halal or no? Because as we know, halal should be since the beginning, no? But through the route, the vaccine is suffering some kinds that they are out of the halal. When it arrives to us, still is halal.
Yes, I think in the beginning, the halal word. Can anyone define what is the halal, so we can understand and we can analyze the case effectively? So what do you mean by halal?
We say halal And
Halal is actions and orders from Allah by maybe He send it to us by Quran or Sunnah. That's we can do it, and we can. It's halal. That's why it's something that Allah allowed us to do. Maybe in Quran, maybe in Sunnah, maybe there is no an opposite. Something said it's haram. So that's what halal is.
We can say it is still halal.
Some statement regarding is the current COVID vaccine halal or not. Most of the authorities said that COVID vaccine, the current ones, it's not halal, but somehow their use is permissible because this is referred to the situation of darurah or absolute necessity, where if there is no alternative, that is more permissible or more acceptable to majority of the community, it can be used.
Thank you, Brother Daniel.
And also to add, maybe there are, aside from the halal status, the safety issue also is heavily debated among the society, especially regarding the side effects that commonly faced by some people after getting administered, such as maybe feel cold, back pain, intense pain at the injection site, and etc. So basically, the hukum that the ulama stand is choosing the lesser harm between two, choosing the lesser one between the two difference of harms. Usually, the harms presented from vaccine is related to vaccine is, the first is the adverse effect or the side effect of the vaccine, and the second one is the mass casualty from the COVID outbreak if remain untreated or prevented. So basically, we choose the lesser harm is better because if both of these harms are unavoidable. So basically, the adverse effect is is better to have rather than we simply surrender to the major harm if both circumstances are unavoidable, because the side effect usually differs from people to people, because some experience it while some are not experiencing it. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, brother. Now we are aware. There is a tendency from some anti-vaccine groups to actively discourage people from getting vaccinated by spreading false information and conspiracy theories through social media, e.g. dangerous side effects, alternative therapies, microchips. They invent some things that until now has not a support scientifically speaking. The question is, in which way this practice of the people, this anti-vaccine, can affect the spirit of Amal? Some people can hear this and can change the feeling. No, we are talking about the feeling of Amal, but this kind of information, how affect this feeling, Amal? Does anyone want to start? Brother Khalid, can you say something?
So those who are saying the vaccine is lie, we used to take the medicines from the International Health Center. So and we lived with that about, now I am 24 years. Everything I'm taking from them, and now they said the vaccination is true, and that I'm talking about the International Health Center. They saying the vaccination is true, so and we have to take it. So why now they start to say they are lying and this is not true?
Yeah, they don't have a support. But how does it affect the spirit of Amal? Someone can feel disturbed with this, can change his mind, no? Because some influence is given to the people that they want to get the vaccine. This information like a make in doubt, no? And this doubt affect the feeling of Amal, the meaning of Amal, no? It is like, for example, I received the vaccine, but I feel at the same time with doubt. Can I say my Amal is complete? I'm acting well. The meaning or the feeling of Amal. I received the vaccine, but no very sure. Yes, some doubts because some people is telling me the system is putting you a microchip, anything. That is the direction of the question. Brother Riyad, can you tell us something?
Yes, I can. On this matter, I think we need to understand that if, for example, those who say
Yes.
it is a conspiracy or it is like one country or one nations, they want to control other nations, and due to that they make up or they created the vaccination and the COVID-19 in the first place. But in this case, we need to look on the outside or on the big picture. So in any case, throughout the history, in any case, there is always someone who take the advantage of the whole scenario or the whole matter. But as we see nowadays, there is no country is taking advantage. All the nations have been affected and have been down at some point or at some phase in the past. So due to that, we can say it might be true. It might be some conspiracy or it might be true what they have been said, but in fact, when we see and when we analyze the cases that we are facing, I think it's quite difficult to believe that, because all the nations have been affected, all the people have been affected and have been tested and thrown to this pain and thrown to this COVID-19. And in terms of the vaccination, we can see that what is the purpose of the vaccination? The purpose, indeed, we can see throughout the health centers around the world, we can determine that the purpose of all the experiment they have been doing to finalize which vaccine is the most important or which vaccine have positive impact. We can see the purpose of that is just to strengthen the immune system of the individual. So we can see that for the centers, international centers around the world, they have been doing this for the sake of avoiding or for the sake of eliminating this pandemic. And until now, we didn't see what is true or what is false. But I think the Amal need to be contributed, and we might see the results quite longer, and we can determine if it is affected our Amal or not. But at this moment, we can't determine. We cannot say anything because it takes time to know or to figure out what was everything behind this case. So indeed, I think it doesn't affect the Amal. Of course, it should push us harder, and it should deliver us in harder and longer place as well.
Yes, brother Daniel.
Okay. Everyone is everyone have their free will, and they have they can choose their own decision whether they want to take a vaccine or not. Yeah, we cannot simply force them because it is something that it definitely is a good action that can promote benefit, but we cannot force everyone to do that because it is one choice to do his own actions. So basically, it doesn't matter if one person doesn't want to take vaccine, but usually the bad thing is if he is actively voice out vocal about his refuse to take a vaccine and also discourage others to take vaccine. That is the bad thing. So not only that, this kind of people, usually the anti-vax, usually try to influence people by spreading various conspiracy and also misconceptions that can really affect the people, especially the ones who ones with low knowledge and awareness regarding the vaccine and also the viral infection as general. Okay, because there are three factors that influence someone to take action. The first one is knowledge. Basically, to know something, to know some information regarding the vaccine, such as what is vaccine, how does it work, and also what are the possible advantage and its drawbacks. Awareness is something that you know why does vaccine really emphasize as a major prevention step in controlling the outbreak, and also confidence, which can only be obtained when the previous two things, knowledge and awareness, have been strengthened. So basically, in the end, confidence is what matters for the participation in the vaccination program.
I think answering Daniel's point, which is we can't force anyone to take the vaccine or not. But some people, as we can see, they are not aware, or they didn't do much research about to determine if it is good for them or not. So they just follow what has been said, and in this case, I think what the government need is to just spread awareness so that everyone can determine if it is good for them or if it is not.
Basically, we as a citizen need more push to encourage others to participate more in this vaccination program, so we can achieve more coverage. Because in Malaysia, we are doing the vaccination program by phases, which the phases usually cover different type of demography and also priority. So basically, in the first phase, we are usually focusing more on the healthcare workers and also the ones that are eligible to take the vaccines. So currently, according to the statistic that I read, our current phase of vaccination has reached total of 70%. Usually, is very good, but it's not enough to proceed to the second phase, which is quite worryingly. Although Malaysia has been ranked as the first country in the Southeast Asia to as the ones with the fastest vaccination coverage in the population in the country.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah, not only that, not only about the encouragement, but also the government also should impose heavier penalties towards the irresponsible individuals that spread this misconception, because I worry because some of my family members were getting tricked by this misinformation. So yeah.
To complete our concept of Amal, there are many ways to please others to achieve the sublime of act of Amal. The question is, what other suggestions could be given in the context of COVID vaccine? Any suggestion, anything you see can improve, or how can it should be better, something like that? Yes, at your taste, because all of us, we have an opinion how the things can be, no?
Yes, I think the suggestions that we can provide is very important, that all the sectors, all the governments, all the parties from different backgrounds, they need to work hard collectively, and they have to, I think they must put the public in the first place regarding of their policy, regarding of their requirements. So I think putting the public in the first place, this is can determine and can push forwards a lot of benefits, not only for the country, but for the people themselves. Because when the government, or when all the parties, all the sectors coming together to solve and to initiate a lot of programs and a lot of tasks that can provide a positive impact to the society, this can determine the success for the government and for the success for the nation as well. So I think the last thing we can say is that a lot of work hard need to be done, and there must be a corporation from the people, from the individuals, because without the cooperation from the individuals, it's quite difficult to achieve the desired goals that the government and all the people or the administration can achieve. So I think I think that's need to be working collectively, doing research that can improve the public health and improve the health sector, and can support the doctors and all the hospitals in Malaysia. And I think by doing that, we can achieve to the desired outcome that we all plan to achieve at the end of this pandemic.
Brother Daniel?
And we have to be reminded that vaccine is not 100% effective. Vaccination is only a preventive measure, not a treatment. Because if you get reinfected by having vaccine, you can still get the symptoms. You can get infected again. But in the end, we cannot rely vaccination as the only sole prevention method only. Therefore, we have to practice all the necessary prevention steps that have always been reminded continuously, day by day. They're simple, such as social distancing and wear mask in public, self-quarantine for at least 14 days if you are traveling from across other places, especially from the red zone, maintain daily body hygiene, and also avoid crowding and reduce the frequency of traveling. Yeah.
COVID vaccination is indeed a great test for us. However, we cannot simply succumb to despair. It is not considered as opposing the predestinations. Instead, everyone must cooperate in coming up with solutions towards certain issues addressed for the future of Ummah. As Muslim, it is our responsibility to hold upright the Amal, preaching the truth and combatable acts that hinders the success of this effort and affecting the public safety. Now, thank you so much to all of you, and we close this section. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you to you.
Thank you so much, guys.